Hello, everybody. How are you? This one's going to be a little different. It's the 5 worst streetlight companies in Dallas. That's a beautiful shot of downtown LA right there in the setting sun. Almost set completely. So you need streetlights. You can tell this is a good example right here. There's streetlights coming on in the City of Angels. And in Dallas, you want to work with the best, because if you work with any of these 5 worst streetlight companies in Dallas, things aren't going to be. It's going to be dangerous for you and your family. So let's just get into it. All right. The first one is Cattle Streetlight Company. Now, Cattle Streetlight Company tests their streetlights by ramming them with longhorn steers. And that sounds like it would be a good thing, but the problem is none of their streetlights can withstand the abuse. So what they end up doing is reinforcing the streetlights with cowboy rope that they use to lasso the bulls and the cows. Okay. Now, in some communities, this might work because it has kind of a Western theme, and of course, Dallas being in the heart of Texas. But it's proven to not be very secure because a couple of hipsters accidentally bumped into one of these streetlights from Cattle Streetlight Company, and they just snapped in half and knocked one of the hipsters right on their skinny jeans. So I'm going to say avoid that one. Now, the next one is Upkeep Streetlight Company. These guys are interesting because they don't charge much to get you going, but they charge an extraordinary amount for the upkeep of the streetlights. And you say, well, what kind of upkeep is there to streetlights? You just turn them on and they run. But guys, you need to clean them. You need to wash them. You need to get the bugs out of them. And more than likely, unless you have been the first neighborhood in the history of neighborhoods not to have kids throw rocks at streetlights, you're going to need somebody to come and replace the bulbs. Now, the city could do it, but they've cut back services so bad that they don't come around and fix the streetlights. Everybody knows that, so it's up to you, and therefore you're going to want to avoid the upkeep streetlight scam. The next one on our list is the Shutdown Streetlight Company. These guys have a really nice streetlight. It's modern. It's got the latest LEDs. And the problem with those guys is they're very quick if you're late with the bill. So it just depends on your accounting practices and the accounting manager, really. So I would say go with, I don't have any problem if you go with these guys. But just remember, if your payment is a second late, boom, out go the lights. So go into your accounting department and take a look at your accounting manager that's responsible for paying bills. If they are wearing flip-flops, a Tommy Bahama shirt, and look like they have sand coming out of their their pants pockets, then it's very likely they are spending more time on the beach, lakeside, than they are actually working on your books. So at that point, I would remove them from office so that they can focus on their main activity, which is lounging in the lounge chair. And if you do that, then you shouldn't worry at all about having late payments and getting your streetlight shut down. But other than that, they're too strict. They're too strict for most communities, so I'm going to say that's a no. The next one on the list is the Detestable Streetlight Company. Now, these guys are quality streetlights, plenty of light, very safe, but they're ugly, uglier than heck. They're detestable, and they make people upset. They make people angry. They're so ugly, these streetlights. I remember driving down one street in Dallas that had the Detestable Streetlight Company streetlights, and I started to get sick to my stomach. I was looking at them like, oh my gosh, these are the ugliest. They look like if you were to take your kitchen utensils and bang them with a hammer and then bend them into streetlight shapes. That's exactly what they look like, but giant size. And it's just something about it. So that's just an automatic no. Forget it. Don't do it. And the last one on the list is Spank Streetlights Company, and they're on the south side. A lot of people remark about the name Spank, and that's really just the German name of the owner, Otis Spank. And Otis started the streetlight company back in the 40s, and his kids have taken over, the sons primarily, the daughters as well. The daughters and sons have different positions on the board and in management. The difficulty, the reason that Spank Streetlights is on the list is that unlike Shutdown Streetlight Company, which will just cut off your lights, Spank Streetlights, if you're late with the bill, they'll leave it on. But what they'll do is they'll send Otis's oldest grandson, this big giant German kid. Okay, he looks like he has been lifting weights since he was 7, and he can't be more than 19 years old. And he's going to come around and spank you. That's how they discipline their clients into paying their bills. They paddle them. And, they try to get you out on the front lawn of your business for the spanking. Now a lot of people are able to avoid that, but not the in-office spanking. Well, first of all, this kind of corporal punishment is probably illegal. I don't know specifically. But secondly, do you really want to risk somebody not paying your bill and then you end up taking a spanking from a 19-year-old kid with a paddle that yells out German words? It's too much. And guys, that's the last of our 5 worst streetlight companies in Dallas. I would say avoid those. Go with a quality company that's been around, and there you go.